Hello students, welcome to this course Digital System Design, and today we'll see the lab session. In this particular lab session we'll see the universal shift register. Okay. So far in the digital electronics you have seen the different types of the register, the serial in, serial out, serial in, parallel out, parallel in, serial out, parallel in, parallel out. But so what is in the universal shift register? The universal shift registers are very useful for the memory elements in computer. We know that the unidirectional shift register is only capable for shifting towards only one direction. The bidirectional is capable of shifting in both the direction, but the universal shift register is a combination of these two, so it can perform the right shifting, left shifting along with the parallel load. Now if we look at the n-bit universal shift register, then we need the main two blocks. One is the 4x1 mux and the second is the D flip-flop. If we want to design the n-bit universal shift register, then we need n number of 4x1 mux and n number of D flip-flop. Now what is the today's task to perform? Design and implement HDL code for 4-bit universal shift register with the test bench. So before that we'll see how it is working. So let's start with that operation of the 4-bit universal shift register. Now as we discussed, here we have 4-bit, so we need 4 D flip-flops and the 4x1 mux. As we have 4x1 mux, we need two selection line S0 and the S1. So here the S0 and the S1. Now as it is performing the different operation on the selection of the selection line, when we have the 00, there is no any change in the register operation, that means it would hold. When we have the 01, it would perform the shift right operation. When it would be at the 10, then it will perform the shift left operation, and when the 11, it will perform the parallel load. Okay. Now how it would perform that different, we'll see with example. Okay. Now say for example, when we are resetting, so when we are just clearing that, the output A3 to A0 all would become 0. Now when we have the first selection line S0 and the S0 both are at the 00, the 0 input would get selected. Okay, here the 0 input of this mux, the 0 input of this mux and the 0 of this mux will get selected. Now you just look at the connection. The 0 input of the mux is connected to the A3 output. Here again the same connection. The 0 is connected to the A2. The 0 input is connected to the A1 and this 0 is connected to the A0. Now what is A3, A2, A1 and A0? All are my output bits. So what would my output? When we have selection line 00, my output would same as the previous one. Here we have the 000. That means there is no any change. So here this is how it is holding the previous, whatever the previous stored data. Okay. Now the next we'll see the 01. So what is the 01? Here this is my this is my 0. When we perform the 01 operation, S1 is 0 and this is my 1. Now at the same time, here the 1 input would get selected for all the mux. Okay. Now again what we consider, we perform the operation when the previous output was all this 4 0, so we'll take the same. Okay. When this is selected at the 01, here the 1 would be selected here. Okay, and the output would be 1. But what is the input here? That we have to provide as a serial input. So let's say here I am providing the serial input as a 1. So here this would be 1, this would be 1, and the output of the D flip flop previously was 0, now it would be 1. Now this is the now the output is 1 0 0 0. Now when the next clock comes, what would happen? This one would transform. Here you just see the connection, it is connected to the first input of the next mux. So here it would shift. This is my output of the mux, and the output of this is shifted to the 1. So at the second clock, what would be the output of the register? 1 1 0 0. At the third clock, this one is, again you just see the connection, that is connected to the first input of the mux. So here it would be 1, here it would be 1, and the output of this would replace with the 1. So at the third clock, what would be the output? 1 1 1 0. Now after that, at the fourth clock, this one would shift here, and this would be my 1, this would be my 1, and this would replace with the 1. So after the 4 clock pulses, this would be the output. Now you just see how this shift input is shifted. It is shifted towards the right side. Okay, it is shifted towards the right. So we can say that it is performing the simple shift right operation. Okay. Now we'll see the next, that is the 1 0. Now at the 1 0, here the S1 is 1 and the S0 is my 0. At the same time, we have to apply the serial input as a left. So here, say for example, we apply as a 0. Now when the selection line is at the 1 0, the second input of the mux would be selected. Okay, so say for example, we see this exactly at the first clock, when it is 0, it is 0 provided here, it is provided here, and this is 0. Now say for example, previously we consider what was the final output of the previous stage, that was the 4 ones, but now it is 0, so this one is getting replaced with the 0, and the output would become 1 1 1 0. At the second clock, you just see whatever the output of this A0, that is connected to the second input of this mux, and at the same time this 0 would be here, and this one would be replaced with the 0. At the third clock, this 0, you just see the connection, it is connected to the second input of this mux, so it would be 0 here, it would be 0 here, and it would replace this one with the 0. When we have the next clock, this one would shift to this second input, here 0, here we have 0, and here again we have the. So this is the operation when we can see after my 4 clock pulses. So simply what we are performing, the shift right and the shift left. When we perform the shift right operation, my MSB of that previous output is taking the position of my MSB. Okay, see what we saw in the previous, let me recall it once. See, previously we consider our previous output, I am just taking this condition, shift right. Okay, then we provided input 1. So input 1, whatever the serial input, that is at the position of my MSB, at the third position, and this 3 to 1 are shifted to this position. Okay, so this is how we'll use while we write the code. Okay, now for the left operation, what we consider, our previous output we consider as a 4 1. Okay, and then we applied the serial input for the shift left. So this 0 would, whatever the input we are providing, that would be at this here, which position, at the LSB. And when we consider this LSB, our 2 to 0, okay, this would be at this position. Okay, so this is how we can use this. So next, let's see the parallel load operation. Okay. Now in the parallel load operation, what happens? A parallel load, that means the selection line is 1 and the 1. Okay, so the 3 would be selected, but the 3 is connected to the parallel input. The 3 is connected to this I2, this 3 is connected to I1, and this 3 is connected to I0. So here, say for example, we provide 1 0 1 0. So what would happen? This, when the selection line is at the 1 1, this 3 would be selected, and whatever at the third, that would become the input, output of the mux. 1 0 1 0, and the same would become my output, 1 0 1 0. So the parallel load operation is quite simple. Whatever you want to as output, the same we have to apply as input. Okay, so this is how we are checking the performance of the universal shift register for the, as per the different mode control. Now let's see. Okay, let's see the HDL code and the simulation. Let's move to the Xilinx. Here, let me take the new project. Take the new source as a Verilog module. Now to define this, we'll use this module. What are the inputs? The clear we have applied input, clock we have applied, the serial input left in and right in both. So the clear, clock and the serial inputs are of single bit. Okay. Then this parallel input of 4 bit, the selection line of 2 bit, and our output of this register is of 4 bit. So the same we are using in this. So first let me write the clear, the clock, left in, right in, selection, the parallel in, and the parallel and the simple out will define. Okay, so this is my port list. Now let us define the direction. Input, the inputs, those are having the same size, bit size, we can define under a single direction of input. So the same I am doing. The clear, clock, left in, right in, all are of my single bit. Then input selection line of 2 bit. Then the input, this is my parallel in. Then we'll define the output will define as a ratch of 4 bit, again 3 down to 0, and the output. Okay, now here what we are doing, first we'll reset our condition. So okay, we'll decide what's the modeling style. So behavioral modeling style. Okay, so I am defining the always block. I am checking the output of the register at the every pauses of the clock. So I am giving as the sensitivity list. Okay, always the pauses of the clock. Now here what we are doing, we are just first clearing this. So begin if clear, then the output is equal to 4 dash B000. Else, in the else part, we'll take the different mode control. So in that we are using the case. So case select 2 dash B00. When the first is 00, the output is and the hold condition. Okay, so no change. For the second, when the mode control is at the 0 1, it would perform the shift right operation, and for the shift right operation, whatever we are using the concatenation, and in the concatenation we have to apply the right input at the MSB, and whatever the previous output for the different for the left bit, that would be retained. So here we'll have the right shift. For the next, what we'll do here, whatever the bits previous of that 2 to 0 position, that would be retained as we discussed, and here whatever the input left input we are providing, that would be at the LSB position. So here it would perform the left shift. For the 1 1, the output would become same as my input, whatever we have defined as a parallel in. So this is my AND case. Let's end begin, and let's end this begin. Okay, so here the code, let me mention the operation here. Parallel. Now here let us check. So here I already prepared the test bench. So this is the test bench. What I have done in the test bench, first we have cleared, okay, reset the register, then we have made the clear 0. So then when this clear is 1, our output would stored as the 0 0. Okay, so here out is equal to 4 dash B. Then after what we are providing, we want the right operation. So the right in bit is provided as a 1. At the same time, we have to change the mode, that is the 0 1. Okay, mainly we are checking the right, left, and the parallel load. So directly I have selected the selection mode 0 1. Then when we want to perform the left operation, we have to select the mode control as the 1 0, and the left in we have provided as a 0. And for the last operation, when the selection at the 1 1, we have provided the parallel in input 4-bit input 1 0 1 1. Here I have taken the same values, those we all the values we have discussed in that particular operation. Okay, so let us check this. Okay, so it is working fine. Let's observe the output. Now in this, let me zoom in. Okay, so here what we have first let me change the position. Okay, so first we have selected 0 0 0 1 1 0 and the 1 1. Okay, now when we have 0 0, this is my output, out 3 down to 0, so the output would be 0. Now mainly we'll check from the 0 1. when our select line are at the 0 1, here what it would not change the output immediately because it is not getting the pauses of the clock. So it would wait for the pauses of the clock. So here this is the pauses. Now when the pauses of the clock, the mode is a 0 1. For this we need the right input. So the right input we have provided as a 1. So this is my high 1. So now what was the previous output? 0 0 0 0. Now the serial input would be at the MSB position. So now the output is 1 0 0 0. For the next clock, again it would shift towards the right. So it would be 1 1 0 0. For the next clock, again the 1 1 1 0. And for the again next, it would perform the 1 1 1 1. Okay, so up to this we have selected the mode at the 0 1. Then we are switching our mode from 0 1 to 1 0. Okay, but again the output is not changing because it is not getting the pauses of the clock. So it would wait for the pauses of the clock. Now what input, left input we have provided as a 0. So here when it is providing the it is getting the pauses of the clock and the left input is 0. What is the previous output? 1 1 1 1. But the left input would take the position of the LSB and it would become 1 1 1 0. And whatever the left input, that would shift towards the left. So at the next pauses, the output would be 1 1 0 0. For the next position, again it would shift to the left operation 1 0 0 0. And again for the left, it would shift towards the 0 0 0. So towards this, up to this we have the 1 0. Now the last is the 1 1. So here our selection line is at the 1 1. Again it is not changing the output. The same reason, it is not getting the pauses of the clock. Once it will get the pauses of the clock, the mode is at the 1 1. The output would become same as the input, that is the 1 0 1 1. This is the output 1 0 1. So this is how the universal shift register is performing the hold operation. This is my hold operation. This is to the shift right, shift left, and the parallel load depends on the mode control. Okay, so this is how the universal shift register is working. Okay, thank you.